Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Scorpio in April 2019. Hello, Scorpio. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. All right, guys, we made it to April. We made it out of that Mercury retrograde in March. Pretty crazy, huh? It was crazy for me. I did not have the best time, I'm going to tell you. And a few people close to me also did not have a good time. But hopefully you, Scorpio, you did okay. I hope you're doing all right. Let's see. All right, guys, so shuffled off camera. Main spread is right here on the table. I will shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. If you want to jump ahead, there will be a time stamp in the description box below. Go ahead and click it or drag the bar across and you will just magically appear in the future. Weird, huh? Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. You simply email me and then we set something up. And a general announcement about that. I have had this channel for 1 year. Yay! You know, party favors, blow out my candles, all that good stuff. And as a celebration or in an effort to keep growing, I will be making some changes to my general readings, or to, excuse me, not my general readings, to my personal readings that I do. So we're going to see that price for that particular reading go up in June. June, okay? We're also probably going to see 2 different types of readings I will offer. I'm in the process of sort of designing them and thinking of what I could do that's kind of fair pricing, blah, 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 blah. So new readings, new pricing, June. If you want to get in at that very cheap price that it's currently set at, $25 for a reading that's going to at least go for 35 minutes, 40 minutes, do it. If not, I'll see you on the other side of the price hike. And it's not to be, you know, malicious or anything like that. It's just, you know, it's part of what I'm doing here. So I just want to make everybody aware. I'm probably going to announce it up until the changes are in place. But if you've been thinking about getting a reading, you weren't sure, I would recommend doing it now when they're cheaper. Okay? All right, enough of that. I'm not the greatest salesperson. I'm like too honest. Like I don't hype myself up or anything. This is going to be the best thing ever. And it's just like, look, I'm going to raise my prices. You want it for cheap? Do it now. I have air signs in my rising and my moon. I'm like way too honest for my own good, right? All right, guys. Anyway, I'll shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy once all the cards are out and they're lying face up. Oh, I already said that. That's when the reading begins. But let's go ahead and shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy, okay? Outcome for Scorpio in April 2019, please. Outcome for Scorpio in April 2019. There it goes. Oh, no. Well, maybe. I don't know. We gotta find out. Might be good. Might be good. We'll see. All right. And let's go ahead and flip the king face down. Hello. And one more. Oh, no. I shouldn't, you know, I probably shouldn't react until I know the full story. I don't want to, you know, set you guys up and thinking you're going to have a horrible reading. But we'll find out. It could be. How's that look? I have a lot on the board, but it all made it. All right, let's do this, Scorpio. Let's get into it. Please show me Scorpio in April 2019, please. Please show me where Scorpio is in April 2019. Please show me Scorpio in April 2019. Please show me. Okay, thank you. Did it again. You did that to me again. Okay. As I explained to Libra and whoever else earlier or before you in the videos, my guides have been like really doing things to my physical body when I ask for where the sign is. Like they've been moving my head. They've been, you know, messing with my jaw a little bit. Now there's a little bit of a tickle in my throat, like an uncomfortable tickle. Weird. I'm gonna have to research that because this is the first time this has ever happened. Anyway, Scorpio, coming into April, You come in here with the Four of Wands. That's good. We like that. For some of you, this could be like happy home card. If you're familiar with the traditional Rider-Waite depiction, it usually depicts people under... Oh my God, this tickle in my throat. I apologize. That's kind of painful. That's kind of uncomfortable. So that might mean something. The happy home, and as I was talking about it, I got a tickle in my throat and it's uncomfortable. Like it's a little bit of a sharp, acidic pain. Okay? So that's the traditional understanding of this card. In this particular deck, the Cosmic Tarot deck, you could interpret it that way, but that's not what's on this card. That's not the visual. There's no family here. Just this woman doing her little yoga pose, finding her balance, finding her center, getting her zen on. Okay? So for you, Scorpio, I think this idea of happy family, balance, security, firm foundations, reliable foundations is all geared towards you. How does Scorpio achieve these things? When does Scorpio feel safest? When does Scorpio feel that they have, you know, both feet on the ground and they're on a dependable surface, whether that be a physical surface, but it's more, you know, it's more metaphorical, right? Some of you are like getting into new practices, maybe health practices, maybe yoga, maybe something fitness, maybe your diet, maybe some change in your routine, because wands talk about action-oriented energy, you know, movement, behaviors, patterns of behavior, things like that. So some of you are really like, maybe you're doing a cleanse. I'm getting like cleansing your body, like your diet. Maybe you're going vegan. I don't know. But there is this interest for you to get it right. Like reset the bar is what I'm getting. Reestablish a new normal for you, Scorpio. Or just tinker around with what you have already, but really for the purpose of refinement. Like mastery. This pose, that's up on the tippy toes there, and got the one leg behind and the arm, that's some crazy amount of balance. You don't just do that day one in a yoga class or day one, you know, in a ballet class. No, it takes months and months, maybe even years to develop that. So some of you have been really working for a while, or you're about to start working for a while on finding this refinement, finding this balance within yourself, within your home. If you live alone or with other people, it doesn't matter. You could be rearranging your furniture, doing the feng shui, you know, cleansing your space, saging your space, smudging your space. Like I said, I'm getting like behavioral changes, diet, exercise. Wonderful. Do that. It's good for you. I like this. What's going on elsewhere? I don't know. Which one? Which one? Okay, thank you. Here we go. Empress. Oh, secondary card of Taurus and Libra, as it's ruled by Venus. So one of those signs might be significant to you, but does not have to be. What I'm getting here is some of you, this is an energy that you share. Some of you. And the Empress is a wonderful card to have. Like, she's abundant, she's sexy, she's vivacious, she's confident, she's independent, all those wonderful things. And she's nurturing, and she shares of herself. She shares her world. She shares her resources with other people. She's wonderful. And I think some of you are embodying that a little bit. But where I'm really feeling this, if I'm honest, Scorpio, if I'm honest, this is someone external to you who has all of that stuff. Maybe they're, you know, well off. Maybe they're comfortable. Maybe they, you know, are a business owner. It doesn't have to be a female, by the way, the Empress. But it is sort of that feminine dynamic or that feminine touch, okay? regardless of any gender or how this person presents themselves in your life, they have an air, or people view them this way. And I'm getting that a lot. People view them this way. People. Not you, other people. Okay? This person, to other people, seems pretty perfect. But to you, there's a discrepancy. There's a disagreement about that assertion, or about that assessment of this person. Okay? My finger is itching. I'm sorry. That's weird. What is going on with my body coming into this reading? Now, this is like almost a frenemy to you, Scorpio, because they're nice. They are a nice person. They don't have much, if any, bad intentions towards you or other people, but there is sort of a tit for tat, conditional aspect to this person. If you want her abundance, if you want her help, her love, her attention, her affection, there are certain stipulations that must be adhered to. You know, her love, her attention comes at a price, and you know this. Other people don't know this, or other people don't recognize it that way, or other people think you're exaggerating, or other people think you're being overly sensitive, or other people think you're, maybe you're jealous, or maybe you're envious of her position, and you're just like, no, I just don't want to be her, or I want people to see her for who she is. And I keep saying her only because it's an Empress, only because the card is Empress. It could be a man in your physical life, in your real life, okay? Because I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. The look in her eyes, like she looks like that cap, those sparkling earrings. She's got a bird with a ruby in its mouth. She has her gold sweater on, or whatever the hell that is, like her very fancy clothes. But look at her eyes. Look at the look that's on her face. She is watchful. She is discerning. She is judging. She makes the rules. You adhere to the rules. And if you don't get her spoils. You don't get to enjoy the lavish lifestyle that she has attained for herself. Conditional. Could be a mother to you, best friend, older sister, older brother, whoever. But there is a discrepancy between you and this person, because she's discerning, right? She's looking, right? And you, if we take you being in the Four of Wands, you've turned away from her and you're trying to find balance away from her watchful eyes. Could be a boss, okay? Maybe there's some like office favoritism that you recognize, or office nepotism that you are not wanting to be a part of. And you're just like, listen, I don't come here to kiss anybody's ass. I don't come here to be put on the favorites list. I come here to do my work. All of you other people, you want to play her game and you want to be her little puppets. I'm not into that. I'm here 9 to 5. That's it, baby. I'm not going on any road trips. I'm not going on any team building activities with this lady who's, I'm getting like a little bit of a channel here. This person is as much as she offers, here, for an example, maybe you go to the team building exercise, right? The bowling alley, the escape the room, whatever you're doing. She's paying. He's paying. Whoever this Empress is, they pay. And when you get there, okay, so this is this. Here are these things. Here are the wingdings. Here's the bread. Here's the breadsticks. Here's this, all the nibbles. And then also monitors who eats what. Oh, Jim, you're having 2 servings? Well, we just want to make sure everybody else has enough. Jim's a grown-ass man. Who are you to tell, like a buffet style, save some for the rest? Like, it's like that overbearing monitoring thing from this person. No, I'm not a fan. Like, I'm not saying she's bad. He or she. They're not a bad person. It's just like, relax, Brenda, relax, okay? But they're not. They're not relaxing. They are very much a control freak. And you don't want to be a part of their control. You turned away. Maybe you were at some point. Maybe you played that office politics game. Maybe you tried to be on the favorites list. And you're like, you know what? I'm tired of jumping through these damn hoops. I'm not a freaking poodle. I'm out of here. And you just start tending to your work and staying out of the office politics, the office drama. And you're just like, no. Okay? This could also be family, right? Easily, this could translate into a family dynamic. Now, so that situation between you and the Empress, Scorpio. I think it does. Is this reactionary or response? Because I think we're not going over here. That's a whole, whatever that is. We'll find out. There's something about a loss. This guy keeps coming up, and I keep saying the same thing about him, but there must be something in the collective air, right? Something many signs are experiencing. This Eight of Cups guy. Mr. I dress all snazzy, and I was on my yacht or my cruise ship, and I was having a good time, and then the boat went down, and now I'm shipwrecked, and I'm cast away on an island, and I'm not doing anything to save myself. Like that, I've said that story at least. Like you're the 8th sign. I feel like you're the 4th sign that I'm saying this to. Now I said that pretty quickly. Let me make sure that's exactly what's going on here, because everybody is not going to experience this the same way. I think for you, Scorpio, you're lamenting, you are mourning, you are kind of reflective on the better times that you had in the past. Possibly with the Empress specifically, since that comes right above her head. Maybe you are reminiscing to your childhood, or reminiscing to when you first started at the company and everything was hunky-dory, right? But I feel this is mostly out of your system, if I'm honest. Other signs, they were sitting here for a long time. I think you have mostly said, you know what, enough's enough, I'm over this. Enough's enough, forget it. Let's move on to the next thing. This will always be with you. Like, you can never really erase a memory, or as much as we try, we often years later will remember something from, 10 years ago, and you're like, oh my God, I thought I was over that. Or, oh, I totally forgot about these details, but oh, my subconscious stored them away for me so I could remember right now while I'm washing dishes. That will happen to you. But as far as like having a concerted or not concerted, but a concentrated effort or a concentrated attention to whatever you lost, to whatever you were reminiscing about, no. You're more focused on what I feel is the traditional interpretation of this card, which is, let me get up and go find my 9th and my 10th cup, because I can be happier than what I am right now. I can be more fulfilled than what I feel right now. I can be blah, blah, blah more than what I am right now. I feel that's more your bag. So good for you, because other signs are, like I said, they're not up on that train just yet. Some signs are not. And the way that you're going to go about it, Princess of Wands. Because that's right above your 4 of Wands position, which is, you starting over, or you kind of building your own foundation away from the Empress and her stipulations and her rule book on, well, in order to build a foundation here, you have to have the proper coating and you have to have the right building materials. You're like, get the hell out of my life. If I want to build my foundations out of fucking Lego bricks, I'm going to do it. I'm sorry. So some of you are just like, flipping this lady the bird, and you're just like, shut up, I'm doing it my way. So, yeah, so Princess of Wands, equivalent to a Page of Wands in the traditional tarot deck. So this is the building stages, the first initial steps towards whatever you're doing, whatever journey you're going on, Pages also deliver messages, so there might be an intention for you to kind of declare yourself to the Empress, or declare yourself to yourself in that 8 of Cups. You might be pep talking yourself, okay, enough sitting on this stump, let's go out here and make a raft and get the hell out of this place and get back to dry land. So the messages, thank you. I feel it's like a lot of declaration is coming your way, or the idea or intention to declare. I want to say clearly to this person, that person, anybody that comes across my way, what I intend to do, what I want, how I'm going to go about it. Yeah. A lot of progression with this card. A lot of progression with this Princess of Wands. Comes above your Four of Wands position where you started. So again, we're talking about your foundations, finding that stability with yourself. And like I said, you know, a lot of you might be, well, I didn't necessarily say it that way, but let me go ahead and clarify and refine what I was saying in the beginning. A lot of this, finding whatever your balance is, finding whatever is going to, you know, evolve you or get you onto a new path in life is new. Okay? You've never done it before. So like I think I said veganism. Some of you have never been vegan before. You've laughed at it. I love hot dogs so much, there's no way I would ever be a vegan. Somebody shoved a vegan hot dog in your mouth, you're like, okay, listen, I'm reconsidering being a vegan. You know? Some of you are really going out and venturing into different realms or venturing into different experiences, different connections, relationships that you've never had before. That is not under the purview and the approval, in some cases, of the Empress. Her approval, her needing her approval, feeling compelled to seek her approval made you feel like that. Like, this doesn't make me happy, chasing down what the Empress says is good for me. I have to consider what's good for me. And the Princess of Wands would be very interested in finding out what is good for me, what makes me happy, what gives me joy, what gets me out of the bed in the morning and puts a pep in my step. What type of person do I want to meet or invite into my life that is going to make a wonderful partner? I don't know who the hell that's for. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, what? Because this has been mostly about the workplace. Don't let your boss tell you who you can partner with. This is more for those where this is like an invading mom or auntie or whoever, some invading nosy family member who's just like, I don't approve of who you date. And you're like, bitch, I'm 25 years old. Get out my life. You know, it's like that. And and you were kicking yourself until very recently, and some of you are still going to kick yourselves, but you have just like, boom, why would I, as an adult person, male or female, whoever, give a shit about what you say about my dating life? You are lamenting that you wasted your time trying to seek your mom's approval, your sister's approval, your grandfather's approval, whoever the Empress is. It's like, I was a fool. And you know who turns immediately away from that? Pity party, woe is me, I was so stupid. Princess of Wands. She's like, I don't have time for self-doubt. I don't have time to regret the things that I've done so far. I only have eyes on the future. Perfect. Nice. I like that for you. These two, not great, but how you're responding to it. And I just had a thing with Libra about reactions versus responses. I feel this is a response. This is not overnight energy. You have to work at this. The Four of Wands, like I said, building foundations. And if you're building it with Lego blocks, it's going to take a minute, okay? And then with the Princess of Wands, again, equivalent to the Page of Wands, not on horseback, not seated on a throne like the Queen or the King, on foot, on their way. Slower energy, but because it's a Wands, it's not as slow as the Page of Pentacles or the Princess of Pentacles or the Princess of Cups. So you're doing pretty okay. Not slow and steady, steady. Have a nice rhythm towards whatever you're going towards, all right? Now, boy, what's going on over here? If you've been with me for a while, you know what this is. But for those who are new, you've never been here before, welcome. What I have here is these three cards together. It's what we call, or what I call, a triplet. It usually tells me a supplemental story that adds to whatever's going on in the four other cards. Now let's see what the hell's going on. Sometimes it's the same story, but nope. It's similar. It's similar. Might be the same thing, but it's similar. All right. So, agony. Here we go. You're agonizing. You or someone around you has been agonizing over a loss. Very similar to that Five of Cups energy. The difference is the Eight of Cups for you, as I was describing it to you, I feel you're more resilient. Paired with that Princess of Wands, you're a lot more capable of conquering whatever loss you have here, or getting over whatever feelings of dissatisfaction you have. Yeah, you're much more capable. Here in the triplet, these 5 of Cups, you're not going anywhere. This woman is in the house. The door is right open. She could walk out, get over this spilled mess that's on the table, but she's not. She's sitting there, sort of wringing her hands on her lap, not ready, not able. And there's a storm outside, actually, so she's just not motivated. I could leave, but it's raining out there, so I might as well just sit here and weep over these damn cups. So there's a circling the drain, not ready or able to really leave this sorrow for someone. Could be you, could be someone else. Because of this resilience out here, I feel that if it is you, it's regarding something else. So if this is work, this is something else. If this is your love life, this is something else. Okay? You could be disappointed in yourself. Again, a little bit of that I was such a fool kind of energy. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I say that? Regret. There it is. Finally, we get there. Because this is more about what you had, going back, just stepping out here for a second. This 8 of Cups is more about, oh, I'm happy. This is fine. I can work with this. And then you wake up one day and you're like, oh my God, this is only an 8 of Cups. I need a 9 and a 10. 9 and 10, wish fulfillment. 10, dreams come true. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. 10 of Cups, dreams come true. 8 of Cups is not the fulfillment. It's not the top of the line. I need to get the hell out of here. So that's different. It's this idea of, oh, I still have a little bit to go. You realize, oh, I thought I was at the finish line. No, bitch, there's a mile left in this rate. Get out there. I'm sorry I'm cursing a lot at you guys. I hope you guys don't mind. The 5 of Cups, though, is about regret. Regret of, yes, what you've lost, but then also what you've possibly let go of, possibly walked away from, possibly dropped the ball on, or whatever. You feel really responsible. This is, again, to step out here just to compare, because they're very similar energies. But that 8 of Cups is like reaction to the situation around you, the environment and the circumstances that you find yourself in. This is self-contained. I did this. You own this. You, Scorpio, or someone else around you is like, I fouled this up. I mucked it up. And then you don't really do anything other than stew and ruminate on all the errors that you made, the missteps that you took, the bad decisions that you made, etc., etc. Interesting. I don't know if that's your current situation or past or upcoming. I'm not sure. Then below in the triplet, you've got the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. Now that's interesting. That's interesting. Could be the present. Could be how you feel right now. Again, I think it's separate from whatever we were talking about over here. So in a different area of your life, you're stewing on the regrets that you have, the ways that you've messed things up, or the ways that you believe or feel, because that's perception, that's emotional perception, your 5 of Cups. You believe you messed it up. You believe you did. Whether or not you really did, you don't know, but you feel that way, yeah? Now right below the 6 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. I think sometimes you feel you're over this. You're ready to conquer this. You're ready to move on from this. Or you've done it. 6 of Wands. I've already dealt with how I felt about this. I've already rectified that situation or remedied that situation. And some days, maybe some couple of hours, you're on top of your game. Feel like a champion. Feel like a victory lap. You know, you can run around the track, yeah, or run around the bases, you know. But then the next day, or a few hours later, you get this Four of Cups. I was feeling triumphant. Now I feel less so. How this is interesting. The Four of Cups. How's this? Okay, that's how. Okay, so Scorpio, you might be doing like a little bit of false advertising. Is how they're showing me, or how they're making me feel, like, or like a clown, like a clown. And I'm sorry, that could be like a trigger for some people, because I'm not a fan of clowns either, but let's use it this way, because I think it's a little clearer to understand. You know, a clown, like at a kid's birthday party, or like a circus clown. You go out, you do your stunts, you know, you do the balloon animals, you do whatever. It entertains everybody. Everybody thinks this clown is amazing, this clown is happy, this clown is this and that, blah, 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 blah. And everybody has a good time. When the clown goes home, takes off that face paint, throws the rainbow-colored wig in the trunk, takes off the oversized shoes, becomes the Four of Cups. Right? So, you know, and if it's not you, it's someone around you, and I hope you know who this person is, but somebody is in a place of regret. I messed up. Internally, that's the dialogue. That's the thought. That's the condition of their heart. Ooh, that's heavy. Condition of their heart? Shit. That's how they feel. To the outside world, they put on the Six of Wands. Happy-go-lucky. I feel fine. Everything's, you know, the bee's knees around here. And then in their quiet time alone, it's really overpowering when you think about it. The Four of Cups and the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups is more dominant than that Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is hanging on by a thread, because the Four of Cups is about, I want an opportunity to be here, to leave this, but I'm not seeing it. So the clown has the job entertaining the kids, you know, running around the three-ring circus, you know, bringing happiness and laughter to people. And their secret regret is, man, I wish I would have gone to real college and not clown college. Okay? That's the regret. Now, the Four of Cups comes next to that, you know, jovial, hi kids, it's me, you know, all that, right? The Four of Cups comes because the clown has convinced himself, this is all I can do. Be a clown for the rest of my life. Pretend to be happy in front of other people. Because I have a regret from the past, and I can't get over this regret. I don't know how to surmount this. Let it go. Change it. Four of Cups is, here's a chance. Flyer, advertisement on Facebook, or, you know, a flyer for an open house at the local college somehow blows into the clown car, you know, or is stuck on the windshield of the clown car under the wiper blade, right? Come down to the open house at the local college. Takes it off, throws it on the ground, takes it off, you know, balls it up and throws it in the passenger seat and drives home and has like a, you know, Mama Celeste pizza for one for dinner. Bro, sis, look around you. There are opportunities to rectify whatever you're regretting. It is possibly, sneakily, very quiet, very, very minute, very minuscule. You might need a magnifying glass to recognize it. But there is a chance, an opportunity, an offer, serendipitous aligning of the stars, whatever. It will come differently for everyone. But whoever this clown is in our little metaphor, could be you, Scorpio, could be someone else, they're blinded to the idea that their circumstances can change. If you regret something, let's take away the stupid analogy now. Let's take away the metaphor. If you've done something, Scorpio, said something to someone, that you regret. And you're like, I can't believe I did this. I didn't mean to say that. You know, I wish I could tell them I'm sorry. Go tell them you're sorry. It's that simple. I mean, I'm saying it's so simple. I'm just sitting here reading these cards. But it really is, in this day and age. Well, maybe not. As I'm like, well, maybe it was easier back then. But anyway, it's easy to get in touch with people. If you stopped talking to somebody years ago, months ago, 1 month ago, okay? Sorry. If you've done that, stepped away from somebody, walked away from somebody, cut communication with someone, and you regret it, you're sorry, tell them you're sorry. Pick up the phone, call them, pick up the phone, text them, pick up your tablet or your PC or your laptop, email them. If you know where they live and you're not afraid to look a little crazy, drop by. Or do it what I was originally thinking, maybe it was easier back then, write them a letter. You know, even if someone rejects you, which I don't think, I'm not really feeling that. Whatever you're sorry about, whatever you're regretting, if you want to make amends, or if you want someone to make amends with you, I'm not feeling from anybody's energy here that it would not go well. Because that's here. This desire to have victory, this desire to come back to a situation triumphantly, to feel restored in your ability to be a good, not to be, but to be recognized as a good person, as someone of esteem, someone to be admired. Either you want this or someone else wants this. And I feel that that's there. It's just the issue is not recognizing how to get there. And I'm telling you, it's so simple. For most of you, it's so simple. It's so simple you don't even recognize how simple it is. So again, if you walked away, they walked away, reconnect. Get on the damn phone. Get on Facebook. Do whatever the hell you need to do. If it's regret, like going back to the clown scenario, if you feel you missed an opportunity from your youth, I didn't apply myself in school. You know how many schools there are in the world that are accredited? Online schools, physical schools, top-notch schools, local, whatever. You know, schools, frankly, are a dime a dozen. I don't have the money. You might. Explore your options. Explore your options. Let's put a pin in that. Explore your options. Don't overlook them. Put your magnifying glasses on. Do something and change this if that's you. Okay? Your outcome for April. Why am I blanking? I'm like, what? 10 of Wands in reverse. I'm like looking at it. I'm like looking at the camera. I'm like, it's the 10 of Wands. Say it. Anyway, 10 of Wands in reverse. So guys, you know I normally say this, but I'm going to contradict myself very quickly. When you see the 10 of Wands, at least when I tell you in my readings, anything that's in the reverse is not necessarily the negate or the rejection of what it is in the upright. But today's your lucky day, Scorpio. This, I feel, for the most part, is the antithesis of what this card is in the upright. Where the 10 of Wands in the upright, just to show you as I talk about it, like scorched earth, right? And being trapped in a hellish landscape, or at least a very burdensome situation. Whether it's self-imposed or it's circumstantial, or other people are piling burdens and responsibilities and obligations onto you that you don't need. Reverse all that. This is a freeing away from that energy, a freeing away from those circumstances, a freeing away from those mindsets or perspectives or behaviors. Again, because we're talking about wands, so that's like how you actually, you know, manifest, or how you actually go about it in your day-to-day life, yeah? If it's not a total, like, release of it all, it is a decreasing. It is a lessening of those points of strife in your life. So if it was literally 10 wands in your hands or in your arms, Instead of 10, you might reduce yourself down to a load of carrying around 7 wands or 5 wands. In some cases, maybe even lessening your wands collection down by 1 to 9. But there is certain measurable decrease for you. It's it's conditional, to use that word again. It is on the condition that you do something to change your circumstances. I mean, maybe in some cases, for those people who are like piling shit onto you more than you can take, maybe some of them will be like, oh, Scorpio, don't worry about that. I'll take care of it. And you're like, oh my God, thank you for taking that off my back, because it was about to break my back. So in some cases, maybe, but I feel it's mostly for you to come to some point of, you know what? I'm tired of carrying around all this crap. I'm tired of having to deal with all these things. Let me put some of this burden down. And you put it down. What the burden is, how you go about putting it down, I don't know. That's your decision. And if you want to know more, you get a personal reading, right? But I like this for you. Anything else? Because I think that's kind of straightforward. Let me see. For some of you, going back to what we were saying here, for some of you, the release from this 10 of Wands is reliant on one thing, one action, one decision, whatever. One thing you do could give you this entire relief, Scorpio. The entire relief that you need, that you want, that you feel you deserve, or that you just, you're pushed to your breaking point. So all of a sudden you try something new, or you step outside your comfort zone, and then, you get a result and you're like, oh, and it's like a huge sigh of relief. One thing. For some of you, that's not for everybody. For some of you, if you do one thing, say one thing, listen to one thing, or whatever you need to do, that's the end of it. For now, because, everything in tarot and everything in life is about cycles. But that would just free you up completely. Some of you. Your overall for the month of April. Ace of Swords. So here we go. What did I just say? Say one thing, listen to one thing, communication, Ace of Swords. The opportunity, because the aces are opportunity, they're chances, they're not guarantees. You must act upon them. They must be offered to you, you must offer them to someone else, and then they must be seized upon, right? And clarity, honesty, clear as day. Like, you can't mistake what that is in that image. It's a sword encompassed by a bright light. Yeah? Surrounded by a bright light. There's no misconstruing this. That's not an apple tree. It's not a tire iron. It's not a painting of the Mona Lisa. That's a sword. Why am I saying all that? Because somehow in all of this, even if we go back here to Miss Empress and her conditionals and, you can't have seconds at a buffet. Shut the hell up, Brenda. I can do what I want. There is clarity over here. You are saying things or doing things that makes it clear. I'm not going to play your little reindeer games anymore, Empress. You're getting clear with yourself. I don't want to be sat here on this stump, reminiscing over all the things that I'm lacking. I want to go get the things that I'm lacking. I want to make myself happier or seek my own contentment. Then you bring it over here. Regret. And then this whole, putting on a brave face to face the external world, but then at home, really feeling stuck and not knowing how to get yourself out of this position. You bring in clarity, you bring in truth, you bring in discernment, you bring in also knowledge. So if you, just for a second, have the inkling of an idea, well, maybe I should go back to school. Maybe I should reach out to that person. You must act upon it. And you must have a clear plan, So if it's going back to school, okay, let me get brochures. Let me check out local websites. Let me take, campus tours. All right, if I'm going to reach out to someone, how am I going to reach out? Am I going to call them? Maybe. Am I going to text them? Maybe. Am I going to write that letter? Whatever. it's all about thinking it out and then acting upon it. Yeah? You've thought about the balance that you want. You've thought about the directions you want to go. And then you tell the Empress to go stuff it. Right? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not coming to the team building game. Done. You see what I mean? Like, it's this declarative stuff that's going on here. And look at that. I don't know. I'm not really going to interact much with it. I just want to show you. Put this down here for a second. Six of Swords was right behind that. And look at that. Symmetry. So, and the fact that the Six of Swords, I'm not looking at the message of the Six of Swords. I'm looking at the imagery. How they're both in the same pose. Same pose. Behind the Ace of Swords. So what does that mean? Behind whatever truth and clarity that you bring to a situation, that is brought to you, that is revealed, whatever, you will realize you are on track for some of you. This is not for everybody. But some of you are on the same track with someone else. Some of you are in the same positioning as someone else. That's interesting. I normally don't pick up the cards that are behind. Sometimes I do, and it's really tying more specifically in. But that was just really about the imagery. Okay? That guy, that girl, same pose. Maybe that's a cousin of yours and you guys talk shit about Aunt Brenda because she's crazy. I don't know. But that's that. Scorpio, that is your reading for April 2019. Did you like it? Like button is down below. Do you want to subscribe to my channel? There's a button down there for that. You also want to click the notification bell if you want to stay notified of when I upload. I'll be doing a mid-monthly in a couple of weeks, and then of course I'll come back in May and do these things. I'm starting to introduce random readings into the channel, so if you want to stay on top of all the information, make sure you click the notification bell. Also down there is the button for sharing if you want to share this across your social media platforms. And what I like the most, even though it doesn't happen often, so is the comment section. Let me know how this resonated with you. How's this playing out in your life? I'm always curious about those things. Partly because I'm nosy, but also partly because I like to see if what I'm doing, I feel it in the moment it's connecting with someone, and I'd like to know who it's connecting with and how so. So if you want to do all of that stuff, that would be amazing. YouTube loves that information. It's input, data for them. And it also keeps my videos and my channels in circulations to come up in suggested videos, to come up as featured, all that kind of stuff. So the more that kind of stuff happens, liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff, the more my videos stay relevant. Okay? So if you want to help me with that, that's cool. I absolutely appreciate it, okay? All right, Scorpio, that is it. I thank you so much for watching up until this point. Take care. Bye.